Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to get into a pair of kicks that I haven't really heard a whole lot about. I think with so much heat dropping lately, these are just kind of getting overlooked, but I really like this pair. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Fear 3s. Alright, so once again we have another banger dropping, and once again it looks like for the time being it's sitting. I think this pair is really cool, from the box to the shoe and the materials and everything. I just think these are great. The older I get, the more I find that I gravitate towards threes whenever I'm picking out what I'm going to wear, and I think this pair came out really well. You can see that we've got a special box. It's got a quote from Michael Jordan on there. I think part of it is, "And you're scared of what I could become." I forget what the full quote is. I'll have to look that up. Originally, these dropped in 2013 along with a Fear 4 and a Fear 5, I believe. But I've never owned any of the pairs from that pack. It's got a cool gradient effect on the side, and we'll also see that on the shoes. The tag reads Air Jordan 3 Retro. The colors are Night, Stadium, and Total Orange. I got these in a size 10.5. It seems like for all 3s and 4s lately, I've been grabbing a 10.5 just because they tend to rub my feet if I go true to size with a 10. And just like we saw on the lid, this paper has that verbiage, that quote from Jordan. And the quote actually says, "I'm scared of what I won't become, and you're scared of what I could become." So that's a pretty dope quote to put on there. Altogether with tax, it came right to $220 US. So I guess they were around $200 for retail. They were either 200 or 210. I didn't have any coupons to use because my points have not been uploading to my status rewards. So what I've been having to do is save the receipts, and then once I get home, I call customer service and I call them, give them the total and a couple numbers off the receipt, and then they upload the points to my account. Especially at this time of the year, I want to make sure that I'm getting all my points, both so that I can reserve pairs in store, but also because every time you make a purchase like this, you basically get enough points to get a $20 off coupon for the next time you make a purchase. And I'm like my mother and my grandmother, I'm all about getting coupons and saving a little bit of money. Unfortunately, I had some points that weren't uploaded to my account, and I didn't realize it until I was in the store. As soon as I get done this review, I'm going to call customer services and make sure that they give me the points from my last couple of purchases from Finish Line. But with all that out of the way, look at these things. I love this pair of shoes. Those little hits of orange really remind me of like Hunter safety orange, and it really glows off of that dark background of the shoe. But you really just have a whole lot of different shades of black and gray along with those little hits of orange, and I really like the design of these. I wasn't expecting the materials to be as good as what they are, but these materials are really top shelf, and I love seeing that. That olive color of Craft 4s, I think we got really good materials on that. I actually just got one of the Alma Maniere Jordan 5s delivered, and the materials are really good on that pair as well. And now with these, I feel like they gave us really good quality. So I hope they continue that. Maybe it's just a holiday kind of thing, but I really am impressed with the materials that we've been getting lately. Like I said, when we were looking at the box, it kind of had that gradient effect on the bottom and here on the midsole. I really like that effect here. It goes from gray in the front and kind of morphs into a black, and it's got a little bit of paint splatter on it. But I just think that is a really cool effect, and I think they did that very well. The paint is really clean on these, and again, this is another pair here that I've gotten recently that I haven't seen any QC issues on. Occasionally I go through a period where all my Jordans have QC issues, but really I've been on a good streak lately, so I'm hoping that continues. Along with the materials, another thing that I liked immediately is just the shape of these. I like how the toe of these is really low, and it's not a real dramatic like right angle for the toe box. I just like how it gradually comes back, and it's just got a nice gradual slope going back the whole shoe. I think these things look phenomenal, and I really love all the different shades of black and gray that you get on there. And I also like the different textures. I didn't realize that this suede that we have for this overlay here on the bottom, this kind of has that crackle effect like we've been seeing so much lately. And I just like how that gives it just another texture and just adds some more depth to the shoe. But getting into the review, it looks like we've got an all black outsole. It's a standard 3 tread pattern. But then for the pivot point and then the Jordan branding, it's got that really bright neon orange, and I just like the way that pops off of there. I always like having a dark color for the perimeter of the outsole because I feel like you can keep your shoes looking newer for longer that way too. Then as we go up to the midsole, we've got areas of white painted foam where that actually might be like a summit white. It doesn't look like it's bright white. It looks like there's almost a little tint of gray to it, and that surrounds that visible air unit. And there you can see that it's got hits of orange inside of that air unit, and I really like that little pop of color. Just up from that, we have areas of painted foam with that gradient effect, and I probably sound like a broken record, but I think that looks so nice. And I would imagine that that took a lot of extra work to get that to look so good and come out so clean. So I really got to commend the Jordan brand on that. I think that was executed beautifully. I've never seen the first Fear 3s in hand, but I don't know if they came out this well or not, but this midsole area looks phenomenal. Of course, we've got little overlays of that elephant print on the toe, and then back towards the back of the shoe. That's about as classic as it gets whenever you're talking about a Jordan 3. And I would say that the elephant print matches pretty well on this pair. I don't know if it's been an issue with having it being mismatched from one shoe to another, but at least on this pair, I think it matches really well. Just underneath of that elephant print, we have that overlay of suede, and like I already said, it's got that crackling effect on it, and it just looks really nice. Hopefully you're able to get a good look at that. I'm having to move around to stay in the sunshine, but hopefully you can see that crackle there on that overlay. And again, I just love the difference in textures that we get. But then without a doubt, my favorite material on this shoe is the nubuck that we have for this base. Hopefully you can see all those little ripples that we have there. It's not like an over-the-top tumble, but it is a really nice material. It feels nice and soft, and it's got a great natural texture on the whole thing. I think there on the toe box you can see some of that texture, but I just love that material. Then for our tongue, we have like a black nubuck. It's kind of like that fake nubuck material, I think, whether you call it Durabuck or just a felt material. This kind of feels like it's synthetic, but it's got all those little perforations like we're used to seeing. And then we've got more of that black Durabuck up here by the collar, and again it's got all those little perforations. I think this heel tab is actually a black reflective material. I can see a whole lot of little sparkles on it, so usually that means it's got some sort of 3M on it. But then we've got this really bright neon orange just jumping off of there. We have some little orange plastic accents here at the base of the tongue, and then also at the top eyelets. And then we've got a neon orange Jumpman embroidered there on top of that black tongue. These came with flat black laces already in the shoes. I do think you could mess around with the laces a little bit and get them looking even better. I wonder if like some gray or off-white laces would look good. I don't know that I would go with putting a bright orange set of laces in there. I think that the little orange accents, I think it's the perfect amount of that neon orange, but I think some gray or cream colored laces would look awesome in these. Looks like our sock liner is black, and then our insole is black, and it's got a neon orange Jumpman down on that as well. But that was a pretty quick look at these Fear 3s. I think they're awesome. I love the materials. I love the colors, and I am a huge fan of the 3 silhouette, so I'm pumped to have these in the collection. Let me know what you think about them. Let me know if you grabbed a pair or if you passed on them. I know there's a lot dropping right now, being that it's the holidays. I did pass on the Wheat 13s, but I just saw them in store and I was kind of feeling like I needed to grab them too, but I just pumped the brakes on that a little bit. Let me know what you all think about them, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.